Yo, Sam. We're back with another episode of the Hoopers. But today's a special one, man. I'll tell you that. You get me? Got a man himself. What do we call you up? Make Chelsea great again, leader.
From Standards FC final boss, make
Yeah.
Chelsea great again. If you want to go by the full name, it's CB1 Miliano. But, because you lot of people, well, you can go with the CB1 Milli today still.
CB1 million. The man himself, man, his face is all over everywhere right now. Anything regarding Chelsea, see his face plastered next to it, man. So he said Standard FC, we've got him here today for I'll say the least anticipated Arsenal Chelsea game in a while, man. That's what I'd say.
Yes, it's a mid-off, isn't it? Usually when it was Arsenal Chelsea last season, for example, we were in the mud. You lot were going for the title. You look like a serious outfit. In the past, it's us looking at the serious team, and you lot were in the mud. Now, This is probably the first time in a long time it's actually just a mid-off. We ain't seen that, but it just shows that the mighty are falling, isn't it, in regards to Chelsea. But it's what it is.
The exact same for me growing up. We were in the mud, but you tried the role man season, whether it's in a cup game or the league. Last 2 years it's been us, but this season nothing on the line. Obviously, Chelsea got top 4 coming up. We might get dragged into a top 4 race. Seeing how things are going from a title race to a top 4 in like 2 months, which is crazy. But at the same time, I thought it'll be a good game. A lot of people are saying, I don't know from your fan base, but our fan base is saying it's going to be a bit of a boring game because obviously we ain't got attack. We can't create. And obviously Chelsea right now, a bit of static football. It ain't really, see Palmer, we can discuss him and his current form. But what's your thoughts on that?
It's definitely going to be, from an entertainment standpoint, it's going to be a stink fest, isn't it? Yeah. I don't expect goals galore or nothing of the sort. Like, it's nothing mad like that. Obviously, we ain't got no attack, but I think we got more attacking threat than you guys do. Obviously, naturally, you got Marino up top.
Yeah.
Wanyeri will probably play right wing, and then Trossard or Martinelli. At the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? I know the football ain't played on paper. We're probably going to run Neto up top, Sancho on the left, or Sancho on the right and Kunku on the left, Palmer in behind. So, like, for me, I look at it, a lot of Chelsea fans are they're going to excuse this if we don't get the business done. I think there's no excuse for us to not win the game. The only thing that's not on our side is the fact that it's not at home. You know what I'm saying? We got Wesley Fofana back from injury. Okay. Reece James should be fit. Lavia's back. What's the excuse?
So who's your only injury? Nicholas Jackson, man.
Nicholas Jackson and Noni
Madueke.
Yeah.
Yeah, but as you said, 100%. I don't think that attacking is never a debate. What we have, we're left to our bare bones. We're playing a centre mid who this season hasn't done the job in centre mid up top. We got a 17-year-old youth from Waneri. You know what I'm saying? I'll say last 2 Premier League games he's been off the mark, but he's 17, innit? Can't really put too much pressure on him. Do you know what I'm saying? Really and truly, we're looking at Trossard or Martinelli to be the difference maker for us in our attack. Considering we got Erdegaard, the less said the better about him this season, if I'll be honest with you. I'm not being his biggest fan. And another one is Declan Rice, who's not really an attacking player, putting the attacking onus on him for him to go create. So we're all over the gaff, in my opinion. I think going into this, obviously, I still believe we're favourites 100% because we're the home team. And I feel like by the attack, I think defensively, I don't think your attack can really hurt us, if that makes sense. But especially with the form Palmer's in. I think if Palmer's in a different form, the Palmer that we've seen at Chelsea last 2 years, then it'll be a different game. But right now, I guess our defence, I'm not really too worried. But what I'm interested about is the midfield battle, man. Obviously, as the man you see behind me, and you got a man called Caicedo, there's been a lot of discourse, shall we say, between the two fan bases going on about who's the better player, who's the better £100 million midfielder. That's what I'm really looking forward to. Who comes out on top on that battle?
Bro, do you know what it is for me, yeah? It depends on how the manager decides to set up today. Because for me, I'm looking at it very simply. That midfield battle, when we faced you guys at the bridge, I think we were the better team. Yeah. Just to dominate. We played our football. We was in possession. We was just was us probably at our best in terms of Maresca ball, innit, and what he wants from us. So I don't want him to set up like that though. Even though that worked in a sense, we didn't win the game, but I don't want him to set up like that. I want it to be a game where we put 10 men behind the ball, low block, mid block, and hit you in transition. I think when we have been a transitional team in the past this season, Newcastle at home, we won that game. Brighton, that's the game Palmer scored 4 goals. Wolves, when we won 6-2. Hitting teams in transition, we have the best proponents to play that football. We've got guys like Palmer and Enzo who can pick up a pass when necessary. We've got guys like Neto who can be an outlet. Obviously, Jackson ain't available. He's a good outlet. It's doable. And I think that's the way to beat you, because you guys can't, like you said, Declan Rice can't pick a pass, break down a low block, has that bit of quality that can just do a moment of magic out of nowhere. That's not his game.
Yeah.
So I would love to do that. Do you know what I'm saying? And I can't lie. That's the bread and butter. If we're doing who's the better player, I think Caicedo's better than Rice. Rice is too limited. Caicedo can play any role in the midfield, 6, 8, or 10. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm seeing in this system, this Arteta system, when you're doing a low block, you've got Rice sometimes coming in the pockets and he can't do nothing. Is a backwards pass. He's a better ball carrier than Caicedo, and I think that's it. Generally, maybe ball striking too, but
see what I say on that though. I feel like, look, I'm on the opposite side. I think, of course, I'm gonna back my boy Declan Rice 100%. I think that Rice is the better player, but the reason why I say Rice is the better player is because, look, I think on the weekend against United, look, as a team performance, it wasn't the best showcase. 100%, it was diabolical. But if you look at individually, that when Rice decides to take the game by himself, that's what he could do. I think he was everywhere. He's a great player. I think there's too much disrespect coming to his attacking play. I feel he offers us a bit. Obviously, he's not going to be that silky, whatever, box-to-box number 8, box crusher that everyone wants him to be. That's not his game, as you said. We know what Rice is. Rice is breakdown play, get the ball back, recycle. That's what his game is. Obviously, Mikel Arteta, he's trying to do his big brain stuff and try and make him something he's not. And at times this season, it has not come off. And there's no going around 2 ways around that. It has not come off at times this season. But I feel like Rice has a lot more to his game than people do make off. Do you know what I'm saying? I feel like there's times he picked out the nice passes where he sprayed it long. But I feel like at the same time, he's limited tactically. And it's not only him. I feel like it's the whole team. I feel like Mikel Arteta, he's contained everyone to a limit where they can't do certain stuff. There's no freedom in the Arsenal team. Like, a great example is against PSV, I feel like 5-1 up or whatever. Ethan Waneri, he's shouting to him, stay on the wing, stay wide. Ethan, stay wide. You can literally hear it on TV. Players are not limited. They can't do what they want to do. It's like there's restrictions on everyone. And I feel like it shows in our team. But as you said, if you guys want to play the low block team, the low block, I think that would be absolutely nasty. And we would not have no answers for that, because we've proven when it's against low blocks, we have no answers for it. But if Chelsea do decide to come and open up, no matter that attack, we can hurt you. We 100% will hurt you.
You see what you're saying though? What you said about Rice, yeah? Cool. On a leadership standpoint, a vocal person on the pitch that's relaying the manager's instructions, all of those things. Yeah, Rice is top for that. He's been a captain since he was 19 years old. Like, yeah. I'll give him credit for that, but not taking that away from him. Caicedo does the same thing for us, by the way, but I won't take that away from Rice. As well as that, Rice, at the end of the day, what is his best position as a midfielder? He can't play the 6 because he don't have the ball resist. He don't have the ball retention. He can't dictate tempo at the first phase. He's a press trigger in the first phase. So there has to be somebody else that contributes to the build-up but him. So as a 6, take him out of the equation. As an 8, cool, he's got the engine, he can do the box-to-box, but is he skilled enough on the ball to pick out the right pass, break lines, all of these things? No, he's a sideways passer. So he's not a 10, of course. So what's the point? You know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, you cost £100 million. You got to have your niche on the ball that he doesn't have, a certain quality that you possess that warrants you being what you cost. I don't see him having that. That's just me telling you the truth.
No, but look, if I say to you Declan Rice last season though, when he did play the 6, well, that's the best time midfield. Look,
he had Partey taking the responsibility
last season, no?
What did you say?
Partey right back a lot of time last season, and also
the Rice back. the right back thing is inverting though. Like it's the same thing for this weekend, for example. I want Caicedo at right back with a pivot of Lavi and Enzo, but we know Caicedo is inverting. Same way with Partey, we got these hipster managers, bro. Like this ain't the football I know, but this is what it is now. They're not really right backs. He's shouldering the 6 responsibilities, build up responsibility. You know what I'm saying? Dictating tempo, first moving the ball from the first phase. That's Partey doing the job for him. So he's hiding behind that responsibility. You can't be a 6. As a ball winner, he's a good 6. If we're just talking ball winner, same with England. He was in the 6, build up was stinky. As a ball winner, fair enough.
Yeah.
So that's the flaws. He can't play without Jorginho or Partey holding his hand in the midfield.
Yeah. But you see what I'd say with Declan Rice, yeah, and what makes him, for me, like the ideal 6 for me, yeah, is because when you got players playing around him, like last season, let's say Erdegaard, I'm gonna have to go back to last season because that's the only evidence that we really have of him in the 6 at Arsenal. I can't go further than at West Ham, 2 different levels. But last season, when Declan Rice was in the 6, let's not forget the discourse around him. It was £100 million bargain. He's one of the best teams in the world. And I feel like that come because he was playing off players like Erdegaard who were on form. He had players coming in. Cool. He might need a technical player next to him, which I think he does, because he's not going to give us that cutting, that breaking the line passes and everything. But at the end of the day, with Declan Rice, what he gives us is more important to me than what he don't give us, if you get what I'm saying. I feel like him breaking down play and being a transition monster is more important to us.
In transition, 100%. In transition, that's his bread and butter. But that's why, like I said, I don't want to play my football. The football that Arteta Maresca usually plays, where it's 10 man behind the ball, and I mean, where is us man high line, all of this, and you have the opportunity to break on us with guys like Rice. Like I said, his biggest strength for me is being a ball carrier. The way he carries the ball, the long strides, pause. That, you know what I'm saying, I've got to give credit to Rice for. That's his game. But this is why I think Maresca needs to, for me, in my opinion, just off the fact that we lost 5-0 the way we lost last time, on a player pride standpoint, these players got to win the game. I don't care how they get the business done. It's a must win. I don't want to hear draws. I don't want to hear nothing. Even when we went to Stamford Bridge, I wasn't happy with 1-1. I said the manager's spooky for moving the way he moved. Regardless, now we're going back to the same ground that we lost 5-0 to. On a player pride standpoint, you got to get the business done. Now, on a managerial standpoint, this is what I was saying to you earlier. The stakes are much, much higher for us than it is for you guys. Because on a managerial standpoint, we're 4 in our last 12 games. I don't know if you know, I'm Maresca out. The Maresca out movement is growing more and more. The guy's a liar, he's a compulsive liar. He's got rid of the squad. He didn't use the squad. We had arguably the best depth in the league. All the man in our team was all the fan base was saying. And he got rid of Yao Felix because he weren't playing him. Yao Felix wanted to leave. Vega wanted to leave. He weren't playing him. So now the injuries and all of that have crept in. You're seeing, you can see it, that the squad would be much more beneficial if these men that he alienated were actually there. So in terms of the Maresca standpoint, that's cool. But for me, why the stakes are high? Because you have not beaten a serious team since you've been manager. Even when we had our purple patch and we were second in the league, we felt he made 11 changes against Newcastle, got us knocked out the Carabao Cup so we can face United on the weekend, and we didn't get the business done. That was a United team with no Ten Hag. When Ten Hag just got sacked, that was their first match without him, first league game without him. Didn't get the business done. Didn't get the business done against Liverpool. Didn't get the business done against you, man. Even you lot were under a bad run of form. Odegaard just come back from injury. Bad run. Spurs are Spurs at the end of the day. Man City, the only team that Man City have done the double over is us. So when you look at that, bro, there's question marks in terms of your VVS. Is it real? Is it Moissanite or is it diamonds? This is what we're questioning now. So if you're going to this Arsenal game and you can't come out with a win, I'm looking at you funny. As well as that, top 4 is in the balance. That's the game. That was the aim at the end of the day. He's been running around saying we're ahead of schedule if we get top 4. What all this woke nonsense. Top 4 was the main priority for you. I want to win the league. I'm Chelsea. I've got standards. I'm not a top 4 man. But at the end of the day, he was brought in for top 4. That's shaky if we don't win the game because we've got Spurs, the last 4 games of the season, we've got Liverpool, United, Newcastle at St. James's Park and Forest away. That's shaky. So, like I said, I need, this is a must win, but for me, the manager, for you to win the game, you got to abandon your principles. This is when it shows me, are you a rigid manager or are you a manager that can adapt to the situations? Like my boy Thomas Tuchel would do in situations. He went to the Bernabeu with Ruben Loftus-Cheek at right wing back and went 3-0 up. So I want you to go there when you know, okay, we ain't got attackers, we can't play our style of football, but also these guys can't break down a mid to low block. We've got Lavia coming back who can play the DM role. We've got Caicedo. We've got Reece James fit. What's the excuse? Run the low block, hit them in transition. Let's grind out a win the Chelsea way, the real Chelsea way, how we used to play. Our football's never been pretty, but our fan base has been brainwashed by this tactical, inverted walk nonsense in the half spaces. Like, I could do this all day, bro. So generally, for me, like this is what we were talking about earlier, the stakes have never been so high for us in the Arsenal-Chelsea game, because I don't know if you know, 2 weeks ago we were protesting against our ownership at the Southampton game. I was there. This Make Chelsea Great Again movement's never been so loud, but it's because we're not happy with the state of our club. The football's dead. You know what I'm saying? A lot of men are growing in terms of the Maresca out. Even when Maresca got hired, you know what I'm saying? This was a whole big deal in terms of the standard of what Chelsea has become. A loss this weekend could shift the project like this. But a win buys him time. It gives a lot of people to be like, okay, this is what this could look like. Okay, you went against the odds. Away from home. We needed this win. It's your first top 4 win. Fair enough. All of these things. And then he puts us in a position where we're only 2 points behind Forest now. We'll be 3 points behind you if we win. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it can go either very bad or it can be very good for us. That's what it is at the end of the day. So like I said, the stakes, it's never been so high, fam. And it's more so on the manager than for me, than anyone else.
You know what I'd say to all that as well, yeah? Like, I understand. Like, first of all, I understand your Maresca. Because see how you stand with Maresca, obviously, I feel like for me, on terms of Mikel Arteta, look, I've been leaning on Mikel Arteta, if you get what I'm saying, because of the title challenges, and I'm thinking, cool, like if there's something building that's gonna happen this season, you know what I'm saying? But for me, this season was this season where I was like, it was all or nothing, bro. Yeah, we've got to see something on the table by the end of this season, and I'm at a point where, come May, if we're sitting here trophyless again, it's gonna be 6 years, bro. You know, it's been the longest since Wenger. We're gonna be 3 years off of what Wenger done, the 9-year drought. We're gonna be 3 years off it. There's no way that can continue, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? And a lot of our fan base have been saying, but if you did win an FA Cup or a Carabao Cup, you still wouldn't be happy. 100% I still wouldn't be happy. Because as an Arsenal fan, I finished 8th and left with the FA Cup. There's no way you're telling me, with this team that I have now, who are doing what they're doing, I'm going to be content with another FA Cup. To eat off that for another 6 years. That's not possible. So for me, it's this season, Mikel Arteta is win or you're out. But the reality is he's not going to be out, because we've got a manager who's in January is making pre-deals for Zubimendi coming in the summer potentially. So I already know this guy's comfortable as he's here next year regardless. Whether he wins or not, he's making signings for next season already. So for me, it's going to sound extreme, but I'm an extreme fan because I'm getting to a point. I'm desperate now. I've seen so much teams in my lifetime around me win. Do you get what I'm saying? It's like, when is it going to be now Arsenal going to win? Because you can't have a crop of players like a Saliba, of a Bukayo Saka, Gabriel's, the Declan Rices, the Erdegaards. For us to be these players, I'm not allowing these players to go out as losers, which is what they are right now. Let's call a spade a spade.
Do you know what it is though? You lot as a fan base, you gave him too much time. I think the window, in my opinion, is closed. The pressure the stakes weren't high enough. You made him feel too safe. This is what I've clocked our fan base are doing to our manager. If we don't get top 4 this season, he should be sacked. There's no excuse. Even for me, even if we get top 4, Ancelotti's contract's expiring in the summer. He's managed Chelsea before. Why not come again? He's got under 25 projects with Real Madrid right now. He's done well. He's handled the young players. He's helped them improve.
But hey, you saying we gave him too much time, yeah? And I'm gonna be honest, I feel like I fell into that trap because, look, I'm only 22 innit, so man ain't seen the Invincibles or the Glory days. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So all I've seen utter nonsense, pure nonsense, like back-to-back eights, touched in the Champions League by Bayern, touched by Monaco's, touched by Barca's, 6-0 at Stamford Bridge, 5-3s at Anfield, 5-0 at Etihad. You get them 8-2s at United. So for me, when Mikel Arteta, like when he first came in, the first year won the FA Cup, fair enough. Then it was COVID again. We finished 8th, but at the same time, obviously I wanted Arteta at the time. It's documented. I'm not gonna come here and act like I've always been Arteta. You know what I'm saying? It's documented that I've been. But that has to happen. 15 games without a win. That's unheard of for a club like Arsenal. But then obviously he changed it around, and he's like, whether we like it or not, like you got to think, like 80, that's what let's say 60% of the Arsenal fan base ain't ever seen that title charge, bro. So when they're seeing that, or when we're seeing that, it's like he might have something there for us. Do you know what I'm saying? So that's why maybe we gave him that leeway of he bottled the first title charge, but in my opinion, ain't no one expected that. We never expected to be in a title race. So we're like, you know what? We go again next season. Next season we lost out on the final day. Then it was like, that's when for me that it switched. It was like now or never. Now it's looking like it's never. Real Madrid at the burn in the Champions League. Let's be serious. We know how that's ending. Whether we're gonna be delusional or not, obviously I'm gonna hope we can win, but we know how that's gonna go. We ain't got the minerals or the experience to be going to the Bernabéus and knocking them out. To be keep our buck. But for me now he's got to go if you don't win. That's why it's this season.
Yeah, no, he's got to go, but I think you left it too late, like because he's wrapped it, bro. Even if he cuts or he doesn't cut, you lot need another rebuild, in my opinion. You got to reshuffle that whole attack. You may need some extra legs in that midfield. Partey and Jorginho both are gonna have to go. If not this season, the season afterwards. Saliba, in about 2 years, he could be gone. You know what I'm saying? It's long. That's why I think he left it too long. I think cool, fair enough. He got second last season. He got second this season. Him putting his foot down with the transfer policy, alienating Edu the way he done, not addressing the attacking positions, not getting extra depth in that right wing position for Saka. We knew that was a problem. He's caused this himself, bruv. He's made the sandwich.
Yeah, I feel like
you know what I mean.
You're not lying because I feel like he did completely mess up the squad building. Like, look, Granit Xhaka, I'm a big fan of Granit Xhaka. Do you know what I'm saying? I love that guy. I think he's misunderstood at his time at Arsenal, but it should never take 3 signings to get it right, bro. And you still got it wrong. You still ain't replaced Granit Xhaka. It's been almost 3 years, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? And the attack, if you look at our striker now, Kai Havertz, obviously you got history with him as well, but Havertz wasn't signed to be a striker. He was signed to be a midfielder. So,
but even that's mad. You obviously now, yeah. I said this to TP at the time, yeah, bro. Like when you lot was in for Havertz as the midfield replacement for Xhaka, I told him you lot are better off getting Mount and putting him in the left centre mid position. Obviously Mount's rubbed. Cool, yeah. Whatever's going on in United is going on in United. But at the time, that would have been the better option than Havertz. Havertz ain't a midfielder. I knew that at the time. We all knew that. We tried him in midfield in his first season with us with Lampard. It didn't work. I hate players that don't have a set position. He's not good enough to be a striker. We was playing him right wing at his best to play right inside forward, and that's when we won the Champions League, all of this stuff. And then Werner and him were interchange. But generally, that move was criminal. Anyone could have seen that. You're funding rivals as well as that. You funded the rivals. So now that move put us in a position 65 M's. We put extra 60 M's on top of that. And we got Caicedo. You know what I'm saying? That's mad.
You got Palmer.
And the thing is, you was in for him too.
You got Palmer. I say Palmer's the because we got Declan Rice still a Caicedo, isn't it? But still, look, both players is bad. Like when we signed Kai Havertz, I was on the whole cat. You get what I'm saying? I was posting pictures with the X on Kai Havertz. Like, there's no way we can sign that man. I seen him. Like, you can't lie to me and tell me that it's Chelsea's the graveyard, bro. I know what I see, bro. And he was never nowhere near good enough to play for Arsenal. And coming out now that even when I found out he's our highest paid player. That is absurd, bro. Kai Havertz is our highest paid player. And we need to move past him already. So I feel like Mikel Arteta, the squad building, he's completely messed up. And what I never understood is for him, like we talk about Mikel Arteta as a player, yeah, when he was playing for Everton and that. No, it's not when he was at Everton at his best. He was an attack-minded player going forward. For him to now come as a manager and be an absolute terrorist and want to be signing left backs galore, he goalkeeper. He thinks he signed like 4 goalkeepers in his time at Arsenal. He wants left backs, right backs, centre backs, and DMs. But he's only signed like, look, CBA, what I was doing with my Arsenal fans recently, I was going through the list of Mikel Arteta attack signings, yeah? Willian, Sterling, Marquinhos, Havertz. I'm adding Havertz in. Havertz, Trossard, Erdegaard. That's it. That is it. The man's, I feel like his attack IQ on players is absolute, it's diabolical. Mudrik, bro. Now imagine we had Mudrik now. What the hell would we be doing? 100 mil on Mudrik sitting there. I can't trust him to be signing attackers. And for me, the main reason of him going is the lack of trust now. He's proven he can't. Tactics ain't the best. You can't build a squad apart from defensively. And there ain't no way I'm doing 11 defenders on the pitch to win sign. What makes sense? I can't hear you, you know. I can't hear you. Wait, man. It's like a vent session, isn't it? Getting it's an vent session, man. Tell you that. How are we gonna get better? Let's see the comments though. We always beat Chelsea, to be fair. You ain't lying on that one. You get me? So we got one of CB's members, beat Chelsea great again. So no way a man's flexing. No way a man has a Champions League achievement on his back. Look, it's not about that achievement, bro. It's about the 2 players behind me. Absolute masters of the game. You know what I'm saying? Respect. Declan Rice, Bukayo Saka. That's all it is, man. Ain't no flexing, no achievement, boys. You know what I'm saying? When I want to be flexing in the Premier League, man, that's what I want to be doing. Nothing else. What you get? That's what I want to be doing, boys. Let's go back. Bro, look. I'll see these guys fix this thing, yeah. Though, listen, I want to be this. Listen, we're going to be discussing a lot more players, man. Because I want to get onto the whole Odegaard. I want to get into Cole Palmer. A lot more players that we're going to get into. He comes back. You know what I'm saying? But for now, listen, man, just try to get the likes up a little bit, man. Help the guys. You guys saying, are you Chelsea fans? Make sure you subscribe, man. You know what I'm saying? Not only, you know what I'm saying? They only Arsenal around here, but we could cater to the masses. Do you get what I'm saying, boys? Boys are versatile, man. Got a lot more content coming, man. Summertime. Do you know what I'm saying? Watch this space. Start during the summer. Oh, man. Take over the season. Trust me on that one. I'll tell you that. You know what I'm saying? But more things come, man. I guess it's going to be a boring game, man. Honestly, I could just tell. Very boring, but it is what it is. You know what I mean? It's what Mikel Arteta and had to do, man. Mikel Arteta versus Maresca, bro. That's going to be... it's going to be hilarious. I'll tell you that. No, wait for CD, though. Is CB? Yeah, he's coming back. He's coming back. He tried to reset his laptop. Couldn't hear him. You know what I'm saying? Don't worry, Chelsea boys, man. Hey, listen, why don't you subscribe? Please subscribe, man. How much we on right now, man? The boys on 303 subscribers, man. Listen, man. Just try to get to how much people are here, fam? 4 people. Just try to get to that 310 or something, innit? Let's get to 310, man. CB's coming back. Let's come back right now, right now. Stay put, man. Yeah, come on. Listen, it's not even a forcing thing, innit? Do you know what I'm saying? Just support, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, more content to come, innit? Do you know what I'm saying? Listen, just me, you know. Because we're Arsenal fans here, but you know it's going to be about Arsenal. Do you know what I'm saying? There's more to come, man. Do you know what I'm saying? So, appreciate the follow. Appreciate the subscribe, though, my boy. Appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? Tommy too cool, man. Maybe we're going to see your boy for the England job, man. Let's see how that goes. So, yeah. You say no, Jacob. How you feeling about the game, though, man? Let me know. Let me know your thoughts, man. You confident? Are you like CB out for revenge? Trying to get lit back on the 5-0? What are you going for? What are you feeling? I mean, I don't know. I feel confident, but Chelsea fans not feel confident as well, rightfully so. So 2 sex boys there. Try to place my camera. Will that still work? Nah, no. It's going to be here. My bad, boys. Technical difficult. He's got it up. You're saying Jacob saying, I want us to get revenge, but I doubt we're going to win. You say you don't want to get your lick back for the 5-0. I hear it, though, man. Listen, let me tell you something, Chelsea fans, yeah. When was the 6-0? 2013 or something, innit? Bro, I've been camping for that lick, man. Be waiting, so I know how you're feeling, innit? You don't want that lick back. But you're saying it's a draw. I don't think it's a draw, you know. I think someone wins. I think someone wins, man. I think someone wins, man. I think someone wins. It might be Chelsea. Apologies, people. New comment. CB's back now. Hey, Jacob, man, your boy's back, man. Don't worry, man. You know what I'm saying? You got me stressing out, bro. Hey, CB, you had your boy stressing, man.
Oh, bro, my laptop.
Look what we had. CB coming back and that.
Big up Jacob, man. He's proper. He's make Chelsea great again.
Yeah, I was still chatting with Chop. He's saying just like CB said, we are a transition side. If you sit back on it on the break, I'm saying Chelsea W. But if you try and play football, we're gonna lose.
Yeah, I agree, 100%. But what I was saying earlier before I left, before this bugged out, yeah, and I was saying why this, for me, if you guys don't win the league this season, why it's the ultimate disrespect, yeah? There's 2 reasons. One, just off the fact that the notion was once City drop off, you lot are winning the title. Hella technical difficulties today. When City drop off, Arsenal winning the title. That was the word. No one mentioned Liverpool. No one mentioned nothing. It was when Pep leaves or if City fall off, it's our titles. You look at the heir to the throne. The fact that the City have now fallen off, they're even in fourth place or fifth place, and you're still 15 points behind the title. That's number one. That's criminal. Secondly, the fact that the managers abandoned your principles and your philosophy. As a footballing institution, at the end of the day, you're supposed to stick to your football's philosophy. It's the same thing Barcelona do. They do the tiki-taka thing. That's always been their game. They've always had that philosophy. It's been instilled since Johan Cruyff and it's passed down. They handpick managers based on that style of football. Arsenal have always been a similar team, expansive, passing, moving, beautiful, attractive on the eye. That was the whole DNA that what Wenger's laid out. Even when Arteta, for me, when he played his football peaks for me, the first season you lot finished second when Saliba got injured.
Yeah.
And he was playing that football. Beautiful, probably the best football in the league. And you were winning. So it's not like he can't do it. He stole his soul now for this like horror, terror football. And I'm a man of, I love terror football. That's Chelsea DNA. It's the same issue I have with Maresca because this isn't our DNA. This is why the homegrown fans are booing these performances and that because it's pass sideways, on the ball, possession. That's never been Chelsea. The way is that we've just swapped identities. We used to be the team, better defensive, 10 man behind the ball, 9 man behind the ball, counter attacking, all of this stuff. We'll let you man have the ball. That's always been Chelsea. You lot have now done that, and for you to abandon your principles and not win, yeah, I can't lie, he's violated. That you can't. How can you sell your soul to end up broke? You know what I mean? You don't. You can't do that, fam.
You see, you see when for me, Mikel Arteta became a terrorist, and it's PTSD. I remember had first title race, we got moved to, bro, 4-1, and I feel like that's when Mikel Arteta said that. I think that's insecurities came out. Let's say that. You know what I'm saying? He clocked on. There's levels to this, and for him to match them levels, he's got to be a terrorist. He matched it though.
But for me, yeah, there's two things he could have done. Either you bet better personnel, because let's remember the guys that Rob Holding were on the pitch. You know what I'm saying? You needed better midfielders. You still needed better striker to this day. At the time, you still did. If I'm not mistaken, Nketiah started that game.
No, Jesus.
Oh, it was Jesus, yeah? My bad. Yeah. But
still need to improve.
You knew, in terms of personnel, you could have improved. And secondly, there's nothing wrong with being pragmatic for the odd big game. Okay, we're facing Man City. Let's sit back. Let's do like you did last season. 4 centre-backs, 2 holding midfielders in front of him. You could do that for the big game. He's doing it every week. That's why I'm saying he sold his soul. You know, there's nothing wrong with being adapting to a big game, knowing, okay, these man got more firepower than us. Last time we went expansive, we lost 4-1. Okay, let's try and sit back and do this a different way. That's fine. We're not asking you to do that every week, though. You've abandoned your whole identity as a team. And look at the players regressing. Odegaard's regressed. For me, Rice isn't the player he used to be. He came like last season, for example. He ain't the same player. Jesus obviously has had injuries, but I ain't the person he was when he first joined. I'm looking at this and it's clear as day, brother. You've sold your soul. Your players are not the same players. The only players that have improved are the defenders. It's mad, bro. It's mad.
Defenders and what? What? Really, yeah. And only attacker, but I think Saka's anomaly this team, innit? I think Saka would always just be consistent for you. Other than that, Martinelli, the regression of Martinelli's been...
Yeah, Martinelli's regressed as well.
That's been a horrible... call a spade. We've seen Odegaard regress this season. People like it or not. Because what we've been... And that's another player I want to get onto, because your best player on paper, let's say, is Cole Palmer, right? And our best player right now in our team on paper is Martin Odegaard. And both of them, they ain't really been on the ball just recently. Obviously, I say Odegaard for the season. I'll see Palmer, let's say, in the last 8-9 games. So, how do you feel from your standpoint of, for you, obviously, Palmer being that difference maker, you're hoping he be the difference maker, and then obviously for us, I'm going to be hoping Odegaard is a difference maker. So how are you feeling on that?
You see with the Palmer thing, once again, I'll put this down to the manager's football. Like, I don't know if you saw this quote after the Leicester game this weekend. He basically said, if his players play forward too much, you're getting hooked. If you get the ball and you have an opportunity to create something, you'd prefer if you passed backwards and slowed the game down and then build like that. We, especially Palmer, made his bread and butter in a transitional team where he had freedom of expression, where he could have done whatever he wanted to do, vision, creativity, all of these things. If you're getting instructed by a manager, a creative player to go backwards, or you're getting hooked, that's already starting your growth. Then on top of that, the fact that you're playing in the 10, in the Premier League, in my opinion, I don't think you can be a 10 in this league. There's no such thing as a 10 in this league. David Silva started as a 10, he had to get moved out wide. Juan Mata was a 10, he had to get moved out wide. Coutinho was a 10, he had to get moved out wide. There's no 10s in the Premier League, especially at big clubs. There's no such thing. Odegaard started as a 10, he's a midfielder now. He's more so an 8. You cannot be a 10 in the Premier League because it's so easy to mark it out. The whole game plan is very simple. You've got a player who's our biggest threat. You got 30 or GA in the league, 35 GA in the league last season, and you're playing in the 10, put 2 players on him, neutralize him. That's why every single big game this season is nowhere to be seen. Last season, he played on the right and he had an overlapping Gusto. He had an overlapping Malo Gusto or Reece James going up and down. Even if he was to play on the right this season, there's no overlap. A manager don't like overlapping fullbacks. So now, not only have you taken away his freedom of expression just as a young player, creative player, through this system, but you've also now put him in a role where it's so easy for him to get taken out of the game. He's probably the only Big Six team that play with a 10. That's the thing. That is mad. Like, the only one I could probably think of is maybe James Maddison, and James Maddison don't have the like. It's come on, bro. It's James Maddison. Like, you know what I'm saying? We ain't taking him seriously, bro. So in terms of the Palmer thing, I think it's more of a systematic issue, if I'm actually being honest. But I'm not gonna not hold him accountable. There's chances he's missing where it's mad. Like, it's like he's in his own head. I think the pressure's like on him to perform and succeed and all of these things, and he ain't done that. And it goes to show, isn't it? It goes to show, really. So that's why we see this version of Palmer today. But I think all our problems right now this season boil down to the manager. And as soon as the fan base wake up and see that, we're in a better place. I don't want to end up like an Arsenal where we're just excusing everything Arteta done, and then look where we are with nothing to show for it. It's mad. But I actually expect a good game from Palmer this weekend, funnily enough, if we play like we're supposed to play, which is putting 10 men behind the ball and hitting you guys in transition. I think we will see Palmer at his best. Not this. If we're trying to go there and play football, I don't think so. I think you get neutralized easy.
No, that makes sense with the tactics, but for you guys, if you feel like it's tactics for Palmer, I don't really keep up with Chelsea press conferences and everything. So what you're saying is what you're saying. But from my side on Odegaard, there's no excuses, bro. That's being dead serious, and I feel like my opinion has come from, I'll say, the fan base. Obviously, look, Arsenal fans, so you're a Chelsea fan, so you don't like Arsenal fans. But look, I sometimes despise my own fan base because, like, what they done with Odegaard is they built him up to be the oracle, the truth, the golden child. Do you know what I'm saying? The best midfielder in the world, the creative hub is what they called him. You know what I'm saying? The system, all these things they called him, yeah. But I always felt like he's been basically just been carried by Bukayo Saka, and it's proven it because this season, as soon as Bukayo Saka got injured, it's like, well, that's the first time I ever said in my life as an Arsenal fan, okay, Odegaard, let's go. I'm with you right now. You lead me to the promised land. And that time, remember, we was in all 4 competitions, by the way. We're still in the FA Cup, still in the Carabao Cup, still in the title race, and obviously Champions League, we're still in it right now. And the performances, he served us up. And in my opinion, he's come under more scrutiny because of the captain's armband. You know what I'm saying? You can't be doing all this and playing what he does and killing transitions. If you watch Odegaard play for Arsenal, yeah, we're on the break. I don't know if you've realised, but he does this thing where he does this fake drop of the shoulder, turns around,
Yeah.
passes it sideways. Every
But
time, bro.
do you not feel
And
like that's a
it gets me.
managerial instruction though? Because this is
Come
similar
on,
to what
bro.
I was saying.
There's not, bro. There's not. Listen, Arteta, he has his red flags, but there's no way on God's green earth that Mikel Arteta is going straight into Erdogan and saying, if you see Martinelli on the last man, drop the shoulder, turn back, and pass it sideways. That's impossible. There's no way he's doing that. There's no way he's doing that. That's a choice. You get me? And for me, when it really became embarrassing is when Ethan Maneri came into the team and took the charge, bro. That's when I was like, this is embarrassing. Like, do they know, like, as you said earlier, pride. Like, forget about the club and your captain's arm, man. But like, you as a football player, there's no pride in you watching a 17-year-old come and take onus every game ahead of you, bro. How's that possible? And for me, him being a captain of Arsenal Football Club comes with a lot more responsibilities than just goals and running around, bro. You gotta be the every single game from minute 1 to minute 90. You gotta be the man that's there showing, bro. Because look at the captains we had here. Aubameyang. Look at Arteta treated Aubameyang, by the way.
Yeah, mad.
Aubameyang, Van Persie, Fabregas. You get what I'm saying? Who we had.
What Dallas, yeah?
See, I'm not naming William Gallant, bro. I'm making man that led from the front, bro. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And now look at Erdegaard. He don't leave from the front. Like, this was his season to really like say, yo, you know what? This is my team. And what he's done is he's let other people leap over him, bro.
I agree he's not been good this season. I think he's got credit in the bank based on the last couple of seasons, what the work he was mashing in. He had a season with 15 non-penalty goals, if I'm not mistaken, in the league. That's mad. You got to give him his flat. Like, you know what I'm saying? He's got credit in the bank, one, but this goes down to what I was saying about the manager's football regressing the players. He's someone who's expressive, creative. You know what I'm saying? I know the creativity hasn't shown this season. I'm not going to discount that. He's been poor this season. But this is the first season the manager's now gone so pragmatic. So we ain't seen anything like this before in terms of Odegaard in the system. How can he benefit from this? That's why I'll put it down to the managerial instructions. As well as that, I don't think he's captain material. I think your captain is Gabriel. I look at your team, I say Gabriel's your captain. He's vocal, he's loud. You know what I'm saying? He's up for it every game. If anything, you're a defensive team. Nowadays, it's your team, your bread and butter through your defense. I think he's the real leader in that team anyway. I don't think he should be the captain. But
he is the
I don't know. Would you say it's a form thing, or you think as a footballer this guy's dead?
Bro, look, he's not a bad footballer, innit? But look, I've been on Odegaard for even last year. You get me? Bro, I'm not gonna lie to you. I've heard a few racial remarks, you know, keeping it apart because of my takes on Odegaard. You know what I'm saying? But it's not about him being a dead footballer, bro. I just don't think he has the minerals to get me to take us to where I want to go to, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, cool. That season he got 15 non-penalty goals. That was an amazing season. I'm not taking it away from him. But you can't tell me no credit in the bank, bro. As of right now, there's not one player in this team that has credit in the bank. Fact. There's no way, bro. And I'm getting to that point. Look, there's got to be a right decision made, bro. Because I'm looking at every other team, yeah. And who, like, let's say, like, it's going to be disrespectful, but let's say Gibbs White. Now, when I watch Gibbs White for Nottingham Forest, yeah, he's their captain, plays in a similar position to Erdegaard. Look what he's doing. With that team, there's less quality. You're telling me Erdegaard can't do that at Arsenal, bro? So for me, it's like, I just generally believe he just regressed. And maybe he might have peaked that first season, but at the end of the day, I don't feel like he should be sold or... All I want is I just want him stripped of the captain's armband and just give him less responsibility. I feel like he has too much responsibility, which I think is unfair on him. To give him the benefit of the doubt, I think it's unfair on him to have that much responsibilities because it is kind of sad seeing him drop all the way to the centre backs to grab the ball and bring the ball forward. I don't think he has to be doing all that. I feel like he's keep him up there in the final third and let him, because he got nice passes. We've seen him do that. He got a bit of magic on him. So just limit him down to a few roles, and I feel like that's when he'll flourish. But as of right now, he's got too much responsibilities, and he's completely crumbled under the pressure. And that's where I stand with it.
I just, if you had to put like a list, the top 3 issues at your club and who's responsible for it, where does Odegaard go?
He's not top 3. But of course, you're I'm gonna say the owners, Mikel Arteta, and obviously just the board, isn't it? The people off the pitch. That's the top 3. I'm not blaming no Mikel, no, but Odegaard. You get what I'm saying?
Alright, cool. Yeah. I think, like, for example, I think you take a midfielder from Real Madrid, any of them, maybe Bar Jude, Valverde, Tchouaméni, Camavinga, any of them, man. You slap them in that Arsenal team with a front 3 of Marino, Trossard, and Nwaneri or Sterling, and they're not doing shit either.
Listen, but I'm sorry. Odegaard didn't have this when Moreno's and all that. Now, let's not forget, the only thing that happened that was different is Saka got injured. Cool, that's a big thing, 100%. Even me, when Saka got injured, season was looking bleak, and it has come out to be bleak, yeah. But bro, like, we're gonna forget, he still had Havertz, but Jesus was reborn for a bit. Let's not forget, this guy was scoring for a bit. He had Jesus, he had Martinelli, he had Trossard. He wasn't. So when Saka got injured, it wasn't like we were back down. Moreno came in 2 games ago, or just after the FA Cup break when we went to Dubai. So it's not like we had Moreno the whole season. Odegaard, you know what, bro? You had Moreno for 20 games. Oh, sorry, man, I can't do nothing for you. When Moreno and Neri came in less than 5 games ago. Before that, we had Havertz and them, man. So really and truly, who we blaming?
Yeah, no, you're not wrong, still. I just think that the attack is for this style of football that your manager's playing, bro, the attack's toothless, bro. It was Saka. Even when Saka was fit, bro, let's not act like it weren't just straight set pieces. You weren't really creating and scoring like sustainably through open play. It was straight set pieces. Like this football with this front 3, if you want to play that football, you need to have killers up top that are going to take chances and counter attacks. They're not giving you a sniff. You don't have that sort of team. You know what I mean? So then you can't get onto the creative players for not having great season. And I'm not saying Odegaard, I'm not saying he's been good this season. He's been bad. But I think it's down to the philosophy of Arteta's football this season. Because we've seen it when he played a different way, them 2 seasons before, 3 seasons, Odegaard's been cold. Do you know what I mean, though? Like,
Listen, I'd say 1 season, innit? I'd say 1 season. Last season, I don't know, man. Like,
who would you take out of Odegaard and Enzo Fernandez?
Oh, man, that's 2 different players, though.
They play the same role. What? They play the exact same role.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, stylistically, they're 2 different players. So, I'm not a fan of Enzo as well. You say you're trying to switch me for Caicedo, though.
Nah, that's crazy. I would take Odegaard over Enzo any day. If you man offered me a swap, though, I'm taking that and running. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I'm not a fan of both, but if you're talking Caicedo, then make my
that's a different tier. That's a different tier, still.
Yeah, bro. But Odegaard, look, man, but you're gonna see that, like, bro. You're gonna see, like, with Odegaard, like, we got to a point it's become so predictable the games he's gonna perform in. Like, right now, I can already tell you might as well write off that Madrid game for him. Right off, bro. There's no way Odegaard does anything. I'm not even asking him to win me the game, you know. Just put in a performance, bro, and he's not gonna do that for me because I've been sat here this season, yeah, for a good 25 games, literally, yeah. Since the start of the year, Odegaard, please turn up. Do something. But he will turn up. Odegaard's a player with a 3-0 up. He's the best player on the pitch. Straight up, with 3-0 up, he's the best player on the pitch. He's doing outside the boot passes, Robot, anything's coming out from him. Just little tricks, 5-star skill up, everything's coming out, 3-0 up. Let it be 0-0. 70 minutes, myth. I might as well pack my bags and say, you know what, Odegaard.
But,
Your
hey,
kid's
but
not turning up.
do you know what it is for me? Yeah, why I can't disrespect Odegaard, because that 5-0 last season was probably one of the best midfield performances I've ever seen get dropped against Chelsea, bro. In my life, he was balling. It was a thing where I'm saying, fam, I was this time last year after that 5-0. These times I used to stream on playback. I went on YouTube. I've said, yo, chat, no bullshit. This guy might be better than Fabregas. It was that real, because what I saw was mad. That performance he dropped against us in that 5-0, bro, I put my hands up. From that day, I became a fan. I said, no, these man got a player. I'm not even going to chat shit. Even when they were doing the Odegaard, Cole Palmer debates and that, I was saying to myself, cool, I think Cole Palmer's better than Odegaard, but I've never seen Cole Palmer do what he did to us, what Odegaard did to us in a big game to anyone. So, do you know what I'm saying? Just of that alone, fam, I can't sit here and tell you he's dead and all of it. Like, yeah, he's not having a good season, but it's the same thing I say about Phil Foden. Bro, good players can drop off, can have a bad year, bro. It's more so like what you see the energy you have for Odegaard right now. Chelsea fans have with Palmer, and I think that's more valid because Palmer's only had one good year, and even in that 1 year, the heights he took us to was 6th place and a Carabao Cup final. He's absolute best we've ever seen Palmer. I've seen Clint Dempsey go to a Europa League final with Fulham. I've seen Ross Barkley take Everton to a FA Cup final. So in terms of good players in a shit team having a mad season, he's not even top of the list.
But you see, you saying
Odegaard what Odegaard done was you were competing. You know what I mean? Consistently, fam. 1 year he dropped 15 goals.
I'm not taking
midfield.
15 goals away from him, yeah. But at the same time, for me, look, first of all, yeah, because I know people love to do documentation and that. You ain't heard me call Odegaard rubbish once, innit? I ain't called him dead.
Yeah,
I'm not a fan of him. Do you know what I'm saying? And because I feel like, for me, it's the pressure moments, bro. That's when I need man's cap. I promise you, yeah, I've said it numerous times. You know, if Odegaard weren't Arsenal captain, I swear to you, I would have looked past some of these games. I mean, I would have said, you know what? Like you said, Odegaard, you know what? Maybe next game he might do a mad thing. Do you know what I'm saying? Because he has it in him. But I'm sorry, like, for me, that's the captain, bro. So pressure falls on him a lot of the time. So you can't tell me, like. But for me, what you said about Palmer, that's blasphemous, bro. You can't say your fans can't say that about Palmer, bro. Like, respectfully, Palmer is Chelsea. Do you get me? Like, with us, Odegaard's.
But that narrative, bro, we don't like that narrative.
Last season, let's keep it. Last season was it not just Palmer FC?
Last season, he played a big role. This is the thing with the Palmer stuff.
No, I don't think a big role. I think
50%. I got a stat for you. Yeah? Did you know 50% of the goals that Palmer's scored and assisted have either been 50% of Palmer's GA have either been scored or assisted by Nico Jackson? So is it Nico Jackson FC too? Because now look, Jackson's been injured, and this is the worst we've ever seen Palmer perform.
Boy,
you see what I mean?
No, but at the same time, I could also throw back at you. How much chances has Jackson missed that Palmer put on the plate for him?
Okay, but how many chances has Palmer missed this season? These last 5, 6, 7 games, he's missing sitters, bro.
Yeah, but obviously we spoke about that. He's on bad form right now. I didn't want to be defending Palmer in it, but I thought you're doing him dirty though.
No, but for me, what I get why other fans move like this when Palmer's getting slandered, but Chelsea are the Real Madrid of the Premier League when it comes to fans and standards, bro. We've seen top players come and go, we don't care. We've seen top managers come and go, we don't care. At the end of the day, Palmer hasn't won anything for us. Do you know what I'm saying? We look at the way we treated Mason Mount. He's from our own academy and won us a Champions League and a Club World Cup. What, bro? Like, at the end of the day, fam, anyone can get smoked. Same way Real Madrid were booing Ronaldo when he had shit games, fam. It just is what it is. It's a certain standard. This whole Cole Palmer FC, all of this, bro, we're protesting against our ownership outside our games. This, in terms of Chelsea fans, this is probably the worst we've been in 20 years. I'm 24. I've never seen my team go more than 2 years without a trophy. Well, 3 years without a trophy. I've never seen our team go 2 years back to back, no Champions League. We might be 3 years of that as well. So this is the worst we've ever been. We don't care about a Cole Palmer FC, fam. We're not playing FC, fam. I had a debate on my stream the other day, fam, because certain fans were saying, I asked the question, I said, would you, man, take a Champions League next season if it meant we had to sell Palmer this summer? Everyone said no. They told me everything I need to know. We've died as a club. We're playing FC now. So when the man is playing poorly, a lot of men are like, no, it's his first bad run of form. No, give him a chance. No. Why? What Chelsea?
But
you know what I'm saying? Hazard went a whole year without a goal and he was getting crashed on.
You see why this is funny, yeah? Because the way I view Palmer and the way you view Palmer is different. It's the same for the way you view Ødegaard and I view Ødegaard.
Yeah, 100.
You're talking about Palmer, he won't be nothing. I could just sit in the same thing back to you.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying, bro?
Yeah,
but your opinions, so I feel like maybe it comes with watching them week in, week out, innit? That's what it comes with, innit? But at the same time, I feel like, bro, like what Palmer done for Chelsea, though, like, bro, the man's got 22 league goals, bro. You get what I'm saying?
I'm not popping him down. Don't get twisted.
How much did you got this season?
I think it's like 14.
You got Palmer, man.
I think it's like 14. But then this is when it becomes stats. Like, I don't care about empty stats. For me, if you're not winning, I've seen us win a league title, yeah. Until Champions League final, and Drogba had 5 goals in the league, fam.
But you were talking about Ødegaard's 15 goals.
Yeah, no, 100%. That's 100%. But this is the thing. You're crashing it on Ødegaard, yeah?
I'm not.
Rightfully so. You have a right. You got standards. You can crash him. I'm not going to lie. You have the right
standards. I just want to win, bro.
Yeah, that's standards, though. That's your standards. You want to win. Like, so you can rightfully crash him. I'm not going to take that away from you. But why, for me, I think it's a bit different. It's because look at the heights you have touched with Ødegaard. You've played in the Champions League quarter-final. You've gone second place to the last day. Second place twice. You've touched higher levels of football with Ødegaard as your captain, whereas us, we've been 6th place and we're 4th now. No Champions League football, no European football, only Conference League. In the Conference League, he's stinking. He ain't even scored nothing. He ain't even scored in the Conference League. You know what I'm saying? The levels are mad. He was in the Carabao Cup final last season. He missed a sitter. FA Cup semi-final, ghosted. These big games, he's ghosted. So the same way you were saying, I know going to this Real Madrid game, I'm not worried. I'm writing it off now. Ødegaard ain't going to perform. It's the same thing with us, man. It's literally the same thing. I ain't seen a good Palmer big game all season.
I say similarities.
I think the problem with Palmer is, all jokes aside, this whole narrative of it's Palmer FC, Chelsea fans handing him the keys and the keys to the front door keys and the back door keys. Fuck it. Like, you've got it all. As a fan base, this new generation of fans were so quick to just fling off pant for anyone for no reason. Same thing they're doing with Maresca. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're just so ready to just free it up. And they've done that to Palmer and he's got to his head. Like, there's a narrative about Noni being mad greedy. Or Noni don't like to pass. He's mad selfish. Palmer is so selfish in the big moments, bro. Because he's like he's thinking about the headlines. But because we've done this to him. We've gassed him. We've made him, you know what I'm saying? We've handed him everything without having nothing to show for it. Not a title, not a nothing. And I'm saying this because he's my second favorite player in the team. For me, I'm a Caicedo man. But for him, Palmer, what did you say? You would not guess that?
I could have guessed that from what you're talking about.
Oh, yeah, bro. Like, for me, like, I'm a Caicedo man. Like, the only 2 players I'd really keep in this project is Palmer and Caicedo. I rate Palmer very high. But I'm holding him to that standard because no one in the fan base is going to question, why have you had so many big games and you're not showing up? Why have you gone five games, no goals, 2 wins in our last 10 games, and you're linking Vibes Cartel and Lowski? Like, you know what I'm saying? Stuff like this. No one on the fan base is going to ask you these questions, man, because we've handed you the keys. I think this guy, if he really applied himself, he could have a better Chelsea career than Eden Hazard did. Eden Hazard only has 2 league titles. He didn't win the Champions League with us.
Yeah, but I feel like players like Eden Hazard, don't look at trophies for them, bro.
But this is what I'm saying. I think I think if he applied himself and we had a real serious, because I can't even say, oh, if we had a good team around him, because Hazard didn't even have the best of players. He didn't have Galacticos around him either. So I'm not even gonna say the team and all of this stuff.
But
If
Hazard
he
didn't have
applied
scrubs
himself
though.
the right way, obviously Hazard had a better team. But if he applied himself the right way, he could have a better career than Hazard at Chelsea. He's got a 9-year deal.
That's crazy though.
There is this man. It's not
9 years is you're stuck with him, you know. No matter what, he's here. 9 years.
But I've seen a lot of English kids get propped from Dele Alli to Mason Mount. All these youths that were Ross Barkley, who were, oh yeah, these men are gonna be the next so and so. Give them the keys, prop, all of this mad prop, and then it doesn't end up being what we think they are. And I need us as a fan base to be cautious of that. Stop giving him everything. You ain't won me a trophy. At the very least, a Carabao Cup. I don't care about this Conference League. I'll win this Conference League because for me, if we win the Conference League, no matter if you finish second, third, fourth, fifth, whatever, we had a better season than you because we won a trophy. That's where I'm at. You get me? So I don't care, but I want that Conference League just off of
You should have a better season than Arsenal.
What'd you say?
You just want to have a better season than Arsenal.
I want to have a better season than my competitors, my rivals. Simple. Like I think if we win a better, barring Liverpool, we win this Conference League and no one else wins a trophy outside in that big six, we had a better season than everyone else but Liverpool.
The FA Cup.
I can say that. It's a European trophy, bro.
You know,
I was like, you get what I'm saying?
No way, this is what Chelsea's come to.
That's why I want that trophy. But all jokes aside, Palmer needs to win something serious for me to give him what we're giving him as a fan base. Obviously, I understand we've been in the mud. He's been a nice bright spark in the dark times. I understand that. But
don't you think like in some ways it's kind of saved your club because bro, like that's
this talk about save the club.
No, hear me. I got a point though. That summer he came in, like let's be serious. Like even me, like I was an Arsenal fan, yeah. Like I've been waiting, like respectfully, like been waiting for the day Chelsea get down, like get me, I've had enough. Like, man, I've always been up there, yeah. And for me, that summer I felt like the most bleak summer or the bleak time for Chelsea because I'm thinking Cole Palmer is who they're signing, but then you man just come 12th. That's what I'm thinking. Like, don't you man feel like he's rejuvenated a little bit? Like he's made your club, not the club, but the project a little bit more attractive in terms of like you got Palmer. Like, players might think I could work with him a little bit. If he's doing that, I could do that type thing.
You see, him coming in the summer, obviously no one expected him to be cold. He wasn't even meant to have the role that he had. Obviously, and Kunku got injured in Palmer was a panic buy by the board, you know. A lot of people used it like, oh, Klilik obviously have a plan because we got Palmer and look what he's become and no one expected it. We initially wanted to get Olise after Nkunku's injury. We triggered Olise's release clause. They threatened to sue us. He renewed a new deal. So Olise is out the window. We tried to get Bradley Barcola from Lyon at the time. He chose PSG over us. Then Palmer was going to Bournemouth. Bournemouth were interested in Palmer. Joe Shields, being at Man City in the past, has pulled the trigger. Yo, bring this guy in. Panic by deadline day of the window. Like I said, if Nkunku didn't get injured, he would have not got the role he had. He took off. Rightfully, credit where it's due. Did his thing. As well as that, he had a manager who didn't do the system stuff. He let them express themselves. That's why I want Ancelotti to come in the summer.
You know, he
let them express themselves.
That's one thing I say about Poch, you know, like and because Poch got a history of this. We've seen it with Dele Alli, Harry Kane, and we've seen it with Palmer now. Poch got a history of like young players bursting on the scene under him.
But even Mbappe dropped his best ever numbers with Poch.
Mbappe. So yeah, now Poch got a history of it.
Poch has 4 young player of the years. Dele Alli twice, Harry Kane, and Palmer. Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying? Like he's got history of elevating these young players. So fair enough, credit where it's due. He did what he had to do, but you need to realize he didn't have no pressure. He wasn't going into games scheming Cole Palmer because no one knew much about him. He wasn't playing in a 10 where it's easy to neutralize him, have a 10 just follow him everywhere. Like, you know what I'm saying? All of this wasn't the thing. And there wasn't a system. Now this season, with the system, the first half of the season, I think Palmer's best games, we was in transition. Wolves, Brighton, Newcastle, games that he won for us, all of those games was in transition. Now when we're facing low blocks every week and it's pass sideways, don't make a forward pass, or I'm taking you off the pitch. All of this type of stuff, you're seeing this version of Palmer. And this is when it goes down to the manager. But then now it goes down to, for me, if I was someone like Palmer, and this manager's football's holding me back like this, you've got a 9-year deal. You're the face of this project. You've got enough leverage to go to the board and say, I can't do this under this manager. Get him gone. We've seen it. We've seen Lampard and them man do it to Andre Villas-Boas. It can be done. Get him gone. Like, we can't do this no more, fam. Seriously.
At the same time, what do you think that with Palmer, like, bro, that's credit in the bank, man. That's for me. That is. But that season on Arsenal, I'm sorry, you know, that is.
No, but this is when it comes down to standards. Of course, Arsenal would do that. It's not credit in the bank until he does it multiple years. Someone like Foden can have a bad season right now because he's been done this. Guys, if Saka had a bad season, he's been done this. That's credit in the bank. He had 1 year and he took off, and then this season he's been shaky. I've seen a lot of men have one great season and fall off. I've seen Michu have a mad season. At least he had a trophy to show for it at Swansea. You know, we've seen guys have 1 year and you're doing the mad thing. Like I said, Clint Dempsey took Fulham to a Europa League final. They beat Juventus in 2 legs. That's a mad season. That's a 1 season. Yeah, hands up. You know what I'm saying? You've had 1 season. I need to see it again for me to say it's credit in the bank, because you don't want to come get the title 1 season wonder. Because now next season he has to bang. There's no question. If you don't take off next season, uncomfortable conversations are going to start getting had.
Nah, I hear it. But look though, let's run a quick combined 11 though. Quickly, it's gonna be a mid-off, but
well, based on who's fit.
Yeah, 100%. Go.
Alright, cool. I'll say Raya in goal.
Of course, that's not the bit. Sanchez. It's a bit. Right back, we can.
Both your centre backs.
Both our centre backs.
Saliba and Gabriel.
We say no black spray Levi in the team.
No chance.
We say Fada's back though.
He won't even get in a Bournemouth combined 11, by the way.
Who? Kogo?
Yeah, no way.
Yeah, no, they got their Hoyson and what's that guy? Zubania.
He's not getting in that. But
right back, who you guys? You guys got both your right backs for innit? Reece James, Gusto. But we got Timber, man. Timber's been going strong this season.
I'd put Wesley Fofana's been playing right back as well. I wouldn't mind Wesley Fofana there still.
What do you want to go off? Do you want to go off current form, or do you want to go off like who's like?
No, I'll say current form
over in general.
I'll say current form still.
Current form. I'm sorry, I can't overlook Timber then, innit?
I'm not even gonna argue against it. I gotta have Kukurea left back though. He's been balling. He's been balling still.
But we've got a young boy that's been balling as well, though, man.
Lewis Skelly ain't been out doing Kukurea. That one. No way.
Listen, Lewis Skelly, but you know what? Yeah, I'll give it Kukurea though. I think Kukurea, he played more this season and he's been more consistent. So.
And he's winning us games, man. He's added a goal threat in him. That Leicester game was all him. He just slapped outside the box. Like, we weren't creating nothing. Like, he's added that to his game.
Lewis Skelly, I think, yeah, man. He's a bit of, I don't know, man. He's a bit of a red card starting to get to me now, and he's got to fix up. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah, discipline, innit? But it's part of the game, man. It shows he's got heart. That's how I look at it. Like, for a young player to be like that,
man. You play for Arsenal Football Club, man. You got to know what you're dealing with.
One of the red cards as well. It was tactical, innit? He had to take that one.
Yeah, 100%. But there is though, yeah, because I remember that. The funny thing about this kid is, yeah, he got sent off against West Ham. Our next game was PSV away. He gets a yellow card. 2 minutes later, he just dives into another one. Could have got sent off again. I ref let him off, but yeah, he's got to fix up a little bit. But no, I'll give Cucurella
Sure.
innit? He's played more this season.
Midfield, I'm putting
What are we
Caicedo.
doing? Double pivot? You can do long 6-2-8s?
No, I'm saying 4-2-3-1.
4-3-3.
Yeah, in fact, let's do a 4-3-3. Yeah, I'll have Caicedo on the 6.
I'll go Caicedo on the 6 as well. Then I'll go Declan Rice there.
Yeah, cool. Declan Rice on the 8. Then it goes down to Enzo, Odegaard, Lavia.
Who you got? You want to put Palmer? You don't want to put Palmer there, or you gonna put him up top?
I'd put Palmer on the right, man. What, you wanna argue Ranieri over him?
They're current form, man. Current form is current form, innit?
If we're doing current form, then I'll put Enzo Fernandez, which is crazy for me to even say. And then, yeah, Ranieri on the right. Can Ranieri play on the left, though?
Nah, because he's a left-footed player, innit? I think he prefers to cut in, slap.
It's dark.
And even in the academy, he's been more of a right-sided midfielder anyway.
I'll put Palmer false 9.
Yeah, no. You could do that. I'm maybe trying to argue no striker right now, innit?
Yeah, what? Does it can't? It can't, bro.
The left, this. I think this might be the worst position to argue, because you got Neto, who I think overall this season, current form I think he's getting better, but overall this season,
been dead. Sancho got his first shot. Sancho got his first shot since December 26th yesterday.
Swear you're lying. In 3 months he got a shot.
Yeah.
Yo.
And he ain't completed the cross in 3 months as well.
Yeah, that I don't even want to take to that data, man. That's crazy data.
Left wing is dark.
You got. I can't even laugh because I got Martinelli right now, man. That guy, don't even know what he's doing currently. He just.
Bro, this just made me deep how bad this game's gonna be, bro.
See the wing play. Oh my days. I mean, we got Ethan in it. I'm just abusing that ball on the right hand side. I'm not touching that left hand side. It's gonna be howlers though.
It might have to be Neto,
Yeah, and I wouldn't even argue. Like literally, it could be Neto. Cause boy, I'm not trying to argue no Trossard or Martinelli right now. To be honest with you.
Yeah.
So that's the team. But that might be the worst one. Wow, You know what I'm saying? If you're looking at it. But other than that, just quickly go through here though, innit? See, you got Jacob. He's saying, rest in peace, Gusto, man. Maresca killed my boy. What happened with Gusto? Last season, I thought it was good.
Yeah, but the manager don't like to overlap, bro. That's his bread and butter. He's been playing him in the 10, inverting him and doing all this weird stuff, bro.
Yeah. Like, this one here, this might be a bit of you, innit? They even also claim there's a possibility that Sancho could return to Manchester United in the summer, although that was not the original aim.
Thank God.
I think that was always going to happen, though, innit?
Thank God.
Yeah,
no, it was a buy. That's the baddest thing. So we're probably going to have to take a fine. What I heard is we're going to buy him for 25 million and just resell him immediately.
Okay, to who though? Dortmund. If Dortmund will coming for him.
I think a lot of teams will go for him. He's got do you know when it comes to signing players, it's about the brand, innit? That's what people don't really realize. If you got a good brand, your PR is good, like it's a nice name, excited people to be excited about. I wouldn't be surprised if Serie A come knocking. Dortmund are there, whatever other Bundesliga teams are there. Even a PSG, if they're like, bro, you'd be surprised, bro.
Yeah, but I feel like he's repping the Prem is done though.
Yeah, and the Prem is done. He's done.
He had two big chances. He fluffed it, innit? So that's what I'm saying. It's got to be abroad. But yeah, what's your prediction? Then let's end it off on that, then, my boy.
If we play like we're supposed to play, I'm a Chelsea. I'll never ever say we're not gonna beat Arsenal, bro. I got this sort of 1-0 scummy win, smash and grab.
Hey, listen, like, you got to know what you're dealing with, because like you can't outscum a scumbag, innit? You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna really play that game right now. So I'm gonna go, yeah. I'm gonna go 2-0 Arsenal now. Home advantage. Not of current form, not in home advantage. But I feel like this place got rising, man. Bro, because our Prem season is done, innit? So right now it's about gaining confidence for the demons that we know that reside in Spain, innit? So that's it. That's
yeah.
innit? You know what I'm saying? You got-
actually, I'm saying, yeah, I'm gonna watch along, innit? You can come on my channel on Sunday after the game. Don't run, regardless of the score, innit? Especially if we get a win. Don't
yeah,
run,
I'm on
bro.
YouTube. You're trying to call man out. It's a draw out, man.
But yeah, man,
Yeah.
love for having me on here as well, man. I
No,
appreciate it, man.
100%. If you want to send me that link in, I'll join for you, innit?
Yeah,
But
100,
listen,
100.
I appreciate you joining, man. Listen, you, man. Hey, listen, you bought your, you know what I'm saying? You got a few, you get me, your goons roll true today, man. You know what I'm saying? Give it to them, man.
Man,
You know
big
what
up,
I'm
man.
saying?
Big up the tap, man.
Yeah, man. No, but listen, CB, appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? Keep your idea, man. You know what I'm saying? You got something going for yourself, man. So,
Nah, I appreciate that, man.
you know what I'm
100.
saying? So, now, obviously, listen, hopefully, not the last time you come on this channel again. You're always welcome now.
For sure, man. For sure.
You know what I'm saying? And obviously, that's it, man. So everyone, listen, make sure you go listen. I put your links in the descriptions as well, innit? So
Yeah,
man,
appreciate that, G.
go on, follow and subscribe to CB, innit? You know what I'm saying? I mean, everyone knows you already, but if you're an Arsenal fan here, just go, you know what I'm saying, support the boy. Obviously follow us, subscribe to us, you know what I'm saying? We hit 300 subscribers. So listen, we ain't been consistent, but trust me, we're summertime, the end of the season.
That's proper, man.
Do you know what I'm saying? So, man, take care, man.
Love.